Hi, so this is my video on my Krytac P90. I acquired this about 6 months ago, and I've played with it in two games, and I just want to talk about it. I just got done doing my vector video, so I thought, oh, might as well do my next Krytac submachine gun. Um, so here's my thoughts and feelings on the Krytac P90. So, like I said, I've used it in two games, one indoor, one outdoor. The first game I used it in, it performed very well, very well. It actually performed better than the Vector, in my opinion, um, pretty much all around, honestly. It shoots about 1,100 rounds a minute, which is almost exactly the same as the Vector. Um, so fast with a level 1 light with the same battery. So it shoots very fast. It's nearly 20 rounds a second, which is more than enough for full auto fun. Which most outdoor fields you can use full auto with some machine guns. So take advantage of that under 1 joule. Which, speaking of, this thing shoots just at 1 joule, about 330 feet per second, with a .2 gram BB, and that is perfect for what this thing is. Submachine guns. That's almost exactly what you want with a submachine gun, is about 330. That can get you into most indoor fields, and you can use full auto outdoors most of the time. And also the range on it is about 170 feet accurately, which is a whole 50 feet more of effective range, at least with these two models that I have, both out of the box with no upgrades. So that's about 50 feet more range than the Vector gets. And however, I do use .28s with this thing, sometimes .25s, and I usually use 2s with the Vector. So take that for what it is. So bottom line is, you do get a little bit more range out of this thing than its other submachine gun brethren from Krytac. So and the accuracy is about the same as the Vector. It shoots very accurately with a very high volume of fire. However, this thing also has another advantage on the Vector, that the magazines actually feed pretty much flawlessly. I have the Krytac ones that it comes with. I have 2 of them. I also have Mag brand P90 magazines that feed also very well. They don't hold as many rounds as the Vector or the Krytac magazines do. These hold about 200 rounds. You can also make them hold 50 if you wanted to, if you were going for a more realism, kind of set piece. However, the big advantage, or not advantage, but the big upside to this thing over the cheaper P90 replicas, like I used to have the cybergun one, and I loved that thing. Actually, I used that thing for like 7 years, and it was one of the best airsoft guns I've ever bought. This thing, its externals are so much higher quality. The polymer is a very high quality polymer. The metal, this upper part, this rail is metal, the high quality metal. I imagine it's the CNC aluminum, if I had to guess. It's certainly not steel, but still very high quality. Feels very nice finish to it. But yeah, the quality of the body is really what you're paying for. Speaking of paying, this thing retails for about, I want to say, usually about $450, $460, but it often goes on sale for about $360. So for $360, this thing is worth it. I actually bought this secondhand from Hop Up, I think, or eBay, one of the two, for about $320. So got a pretty good deal on it. The threads are 14 millimeter negative, so you can put pretty much any tracer units. That's the most common thread type, and it does not come with a metal flash hider. I had to buy one separately. I bought a metal P90 flash hider, which is like $10 probably, so not a big deal. One problem I did find with 11.1, trying to shoot semi-auto when I was doing my inside indoors game, it was double shooting, and actually sometimes would even shoot more than 2 times or 2 bullets. So I had to switch to a 7.4 lipo when I'm using this in semi-auto. But then it shot completely fine. Trigger response is actually pretty good with a 7.4 lipo. But outside, of course, if you're using full auto, level 1 is what you want to use. The 7.4 does not produce a high fire rate. Usually, I'd imagine about 800 rounds a minute, which is not what I want out of a P90. That would be fine for a rifle, but not something like this. I want something to shoot. I want it to shoot fast. I want it to shoot I want to shoot accurately, and this thing checks those two boxes. Its range is more than adequate for a submachine gun. So yeah, that's out of the box. And this thing is another cool thing. You can break it apart pretty easily. Take the magazine out, and then there's this button right here at the top. Push that in, and the two receivers will separate. And you can change your hop up pretty easily if you wanted to. Hop up, your inner barrel will come out pretty easily. It's a very nice and convenient model, or convenient feature of this model. The cybergun ones have that same feature. Fire selector is pretty nice. It has very audible clicks. You might be able to hear it, might not be able to, but it's very audible. And then one of the the features that this thing, the Evike toted, because it's an EMG model, I believe, too. EMG, or the Evike brand. What they toted was a larger hole you can adjust your hop up at, which absolutely is the case, and it's a rotary style hop up, similar to the cybergun ones, and it works very well. It hops 2/8 very efficiently. So that's pretty cool. You can also adjust your trigger. Apparently, there's a hole behind. There's a hole right here. Right here, there's a hole. Apparently, you can put an Allen wrench in and adjust your trigger. I haven't messed with it, so my trigger is just fine. This back part, unlike the cybergun ones, this is a rubberized butt pad, which is nice. And you push down, I believe. Yes, you push down to pop it off. Pretty easy. It has like some grooves in there that it fits on. And your battery would go in there. And it also has a quick change spring, so that's another cool feature that the cybergun model does not have. It's pretty easy. I haven't changed it at all, but you can change your spring if you wanted to. And you've got enough room in there for most 11.1, like 1200 milliamp, like bricks. So yeah, plenty of room in there for your battery. So yeah, my real opinion of this gun is it's cheaper than the Vector. Because you're going to compare it to the Vector. They're both very similarly priced. They're both made by the same manufacturer, and so forth. So it's typically, you can find it cheaper than the Vector. It performs out of the box better than the Vector in almost every way. In almost every way it's better than the Vector. It's cheaper. It feeds better. What else? I mean, what else? It is better than the Vector in pretty much every way. It's also better than the cybergun model in pretty much every way. Actually, I should say in every way it is better than the cybergun model. However, it's about 3 times the price. You can find those SEMA cybergun models. They usually retail for about 140. So this thing's again about 360 when you get it on sale. Well, about 2.5 times, I guess. But still. For that, it doesn't beat the value of the cybergun models, in my opinion. And again, I haven't really tested the durability of this thing yet. The cybergun one proved to me that it is extremely durable. This one, so far, I haven't had really any issues, but yeah, so far, I mean, it doesn't beat the value that you can get out of the cybergun P90, but for what it is, if you have the money, you want the best P90 on the market, this is the best P90 on the market internally. Well, internally, and I haven't used the Novrich one, but I've heard good things about its performance. So maybe not the best P90 in regards to pure performance. That probably goes to the Novrich one. But externally, this is as good as it gets. This and the WeTech one, that's a gas blowback. So anyways, hopefully that sheds some light on this really cool and really good gun. Honestly, it's a really good submachine gun. And hopefully I see more P90s on the out in the field. I've seen this P90, the Krytac one, probably 4 or 5 times people using it, so it's not super uncommon to see. Now that it's been a couple of years since it's been released. So anyways, with that said, I hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye.